So as most of you have already seen by the live streams, we have recently moved out for the first time ever by myself. And it's been pretty interesting, so I thought I'd just share my thoughts a bit here with you guys of how it's been and how we've been surviving so far. And I thought it could maybe be interesting to document these sort of weeks or months while we're settling in and how we're adapting to the solo lifestyle. Because the first thing I did when I was a week away from moving out is, instead of acting like a normal person and going to an older friend or an adult parent and asking, yo, what's it like to live by yourself? Any tips? I did what every 21st century kid does and goes to Google and YouTube instead and searched how to live by yourself or what's it like to live by yourself, and there wasn't really much there. There was like really cliche stuff, and quite honestly, it was nothing like that when I actually moved in. From here on out, we'll probably be using this YouTube channel for vlogs, not necessarily daily, just occasional videos where we talk about random stuff. As we no longer use it for streaming on YouTube, we now stream on Twitch. Quick plug here, self-promo, Twitch description, link down below. Go check that out and make sure you're hitting that like button. If not, we can't really afford rent, so thank you very much. I would really like to be able to record these videos around the house, maybe showing off the house a little bit in the living room where it's a lot more visually appealing, let's say, but unfortunately, I didn't really think about the fact that we don't have a good microphone for the camera, and I'm imagining the audio quality on the camera itself is pretty poor, so we have to sort of do it here in the small studio, where we have the Blue Yeti microphone here for audio quality. So I hope you like the green screen in the background. So what's it actually been like living by myself? Well, it's actually, the strangest thing is how not strange it really has been. Like, when you move out, the first thing you're expecting is to everything be so weird. Like, you think you're going to feel lonely, or like you're going to sort of just wake up in the middle of the night and feel like scared and stuff. And that's really honestly not been the case whatsoever, though I was half thought it would be. And I understand this is going to vary depending on what sort of person you are, how independent you were, or how emotionally stable you are and stuff like that. And for me, while I'm not an antisocial person, I definitely enjoy hanging out with friends and stuff. That was one of the main reasons for the move back to the town I used to live in. I do definitely enjoy having time and space to myself. So I was definitely more excited to move out and finally experience like the independent lifestyle and maybe grow up a little bit instead of being like scared. And I think I went into it with a very positive and optimistic mindset instead of like looking at the downsides and negatives. But with that said, at the time of moving out, I had no idea how to cook, how to clean, how to wash up, nothing at all. I was a very undomesticated person. Just as a quick example, the second night I decided to try and fry some rice as it looked like a pretty easy meal, and nobody told me you have to boil the rice first. So that's just an example of how actual illiterate I am when it comes to survival skills. So it's been a struggle, to say the least. It's definitely been difficult. And I think you've really got to just learn to take yourself not too seriously. Like, I'd be by myself, and when I do stuff like that or make other mistakes around the house, like, I don't feel embarrassed or mad at myself. I kind of just laugh and be like, wow, you are such an idiot. And you do notice the lack of time you have, because like when I was living with my parents, I felt like I had so much free time on my hands, like all the time. It was like, wow, I've got like way too many hours while I'm doing nothing. And when you live by yourself, you no longer have that like immense free time, which is not necessarily a bad thing. And I'm still getting used to the routine of like when you wake up, you've got to remember, like, you've got to actually put the washing on, you've got to make your food, and it does really force you to be as efficient as you possibly can with your time. Like, while you're making breakfast, at the same time, be like, putting the wash on, maybe, getting the washing in from the day before, anything like that. Like, you're going to be, like, it's something you get used to automatically, as there's really no other way around it. You have to do these things, so you may as well do them. And after about 3 weeks, one of the things I'm proud that we are managed to keep up is I'm staying away from snack food or quick food as much as I possibly can. Not necessarily because of a health point of view. Like, I used to eat a lot of junk food and it wasn't really a problem in that sense. But it's more to do with the fact that if you have the junk food available or just like something you can pull out the fridge and instantly eat, you're going to do that most of the time. But I feel like I really needed to force myself to learn how to cook and get in a good habit of, if I feel hungry, actually going and cooking something myself, whether I'm tired or exhausted or not in the mood for doing it. So long as you have the willpower, the one day you go shopping, to force yourself not to buy the snack food or the chocolate or the biscuits, then once you're already at home, even if one of the days the temptation is there, like, you don't have it in the fridge, so you don't have a choice other than to actually make some food, which is something that I would recommend anyone do for the first time moving out. So I feel like that's been really good as far as learning to cook. I'm about 3 weeks in and we're still alive, so I'd say it's going okay. Just in case you're wondering, I moved out completely by my own choice. I wasn't kicked out. My parents are lovely people. I felt very much at home there. But I'm 24 years old. I had a little bit of money put away, and as I felt like it was really the ideal time to try this, because later on down the road, when you get in like a serious relationship, you've got kids and stuff, you can't really just be like, okay, I want to kind of try living by myself for a bit. It doesn't really go down too well. So, because I genuinely do feel like it's an experience that most people should go through and will probably help most people mature quickly and efficiently into fully fledged adults. Unfortunately, in my case, it's probably going to lead to me forgetting how to eat and dying away on the kitchen floor at some point or another. So yeah, this has just been a bit of a quick update video for those of you who aren't really on the Twitch side of things, and we'll be using this channel in the future for random videos around the house, maybe show you around my town a bit and what I get up to. Don't forget to check out, links down below if you want to check out Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, etc., etc., and we shall see you next time.